I'm Pranav Nissan, and right now I'm reading The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. I'm only two chapters into this book and I'm already in love with it. It's the story of two women, a book lover and a book author. I'm just two chapters into it and I can just see myself falling totally in love with it. It's not about the story, it's about how the story makes you feel. And this story right now is talking to me on such a personal level. It's the story about two story lovers and storytellers. These women grew up surrounded by stories and books, stories through all times in every part of the world, just stories that changed their lives. And it just spoke to me like like uh, how much love I have for stories and how much I love books. And when you come across a story or a book that is just as passionate as you are towards a story or a book, it's something else. It's just out of this world. And this book made me think about all the books that reflected my love for stories and books through their stories. I've read many, many, many stories throughout my life. Even when I was not a reader, when I was just 7 or 8 years old, I used to just open my English textbooks or history textbooks and just read about different people, about different times, about everything that I could read. Reading is a huge part of my life. And when I read a book in which the character's life is reading and stories, it just melts my heart. And I'm so happy to read books like that where the person is living vicariously through stories, where it's just an ordinary person like me or you, and how that ordinary person's life is just transformed completely through stories they read. Recently I got this book called A Little Princess. I'm sure you've heard of it. It's a pretty famous and very, very well loved book. So, A Little Princess is about a little girl who absolutely loves reading. It's about Sarah. Sarah is 7 years old and she loves stories. She lives her life through stories. No matter what circumstances she's going through in life, whatever situation that comes across her, she just makes it into a story. If she's sad and surrounded by bleak, poor things, she just imagines herself as a prisoner in French Revolution or Marie Antoinette before she was executed, and it just makes her life much better. I mean, if she's going through a happy time, she just imagines herself as a princess, and it helps her cope with life. It helps her be a better person, be the best version of herself. And when I was reading this, my heart just melted because I could see myself in Sarah. All my life, all I've done is read stories and think of myself in stories. So many people have criticized me for that. So many people. And it never stopped me. Reading stories and imagining myself in those stories has made me a huge, better, completely different, better person. It has made me empathetic, and it made me be the best version of myself. So when Sarah was thinking herself as a princess, it it reminded me of the times I imagine myself as a queen, and it makes me put on a brave face when times are not easy. It helps me deal with challenges in life, and reading that book just melted my heart. It's about a fellow story lover whose life was made so much more better because of stories. And today I'm going to be talking about all such kind of books that made other people's lives better and richer because of the books they read, who have the same passion that I have for reading. So this is one of those books, A Little Princess. And another book is Strange the Dreamer. Strange the Dreamer is, as you can tell by the title, about a boy called Laszlo Strange, and he's called a dreamer. I've been called that so many times in my life, not as a complimentary way, but just as a criticizing way. But I never, minded it. It's such a beautiful thing to be a dreamer. Everything in life is richer and more colorful if you're a dreamer. And Strange the Dreamer walks into a library when he is very young, and that library is filled with every book he could ever imagine. And as soon as he steps into the library, it's like his life's calling is right in front of him. He's surrounded by stories from the beginning of time, and stories about the future, about everything. And he finds his calling there, surrounded by books, taking care of books, telling stories, retelling them, preserving the stories, keeping the dead alive through their books, through their writings. And that made me think of the first time I stepped into a library. I was 12 years old in my school, and I walked into a library. That was not the first time I went to a library, but that was a very changing moment for me, because that was the first time I borrowed a book from the library, and it was so magical for me. I just walked into a library and picked up Famous Five, the first book in Famous Five, and I read it, and I was absolutely in love with reading. Not just Famous Five, not just that story, but stories in general. And the moment I read Strange the Dreamer, which was about 3 years ago, when I read the chapter where he walks into a library and he just finds his world there, it made me so nostalgic, and it just melted my heart because I could relate to it so much. And it just made me love the story more. And the way Laszlo talks about books and stories and how it's his dream to live in those stories, it just made me fall in love with reading and stories all the more. And the 13th tale is doing exactly the same thing for me right now. I'm just in second chapter, and I've already highlighted the text like 5 times, 5 different pages, and that is how beautiful the writing is for me, and that is how connected I feel to it. And another book is The Starless Sea. It's by Erin Morgenstern. She is the author of The Night Circus. And The Starless Sea is also about a library. It's about a giant library that contains everything, every question, the answer to every question you ever wondered, stories throughout the time of all the people of lands far away and lands you're living in. It's an incredible library, and it's about people trying to get into that library, and about people who are passionate about books. So there are a set of people who take care of the books in the library, and they just wander around the world and search for book lovers who will do anything to preserve a story, to help another book lover. It's just incredible. It talks about love for stories and books over and over and over again, and it was so beautiful. It was incredible. And another book, this is one of my favorite books of all time, which is The Uncommon Reader by Alan Bennett. Whenever I can't sleep, I just listen to the audiobook, and it just makes me happy that I'm not asleep. That is how beautiful this story is. It's the story of, it's a fictional story. It's the story of the Queen of England, and she walks into a moving library that is a truck filled with books, and she discovers a book there. And she's not the kind of person who starts something and doesn't finish it. So she makes a point to finish the book. And when she finishes the book, she finds herself very strangely drawn to more books. So every Wednesday, she finds herself going to that truck and just borrowing more and more books. She just forgets her kingdom, forgets everything about it, everything about the world outside, and just reads. And even when she's in the outside world, she finds herself comparing her situations to the stories that she's read. It's so beautiful, hilarious, and heartwarming at the same time. You see the power of stories there. Like, a person can die, but if he's written something, but if he's written a story, he'll be alive forever. He's immortal. Even after Jane Austen wrote Pride and Prejudice 200 years ago, and she's been dead for a long time. But every time somebody reads Pride and Prejudice or Sense or Sensibility or Persuasion, the author is speaking to them. She is not dead then, she's alive. She's talking to us. She's making us feel something. She's making me fall in love with Darcy. She's making me fall in love with reading. She's like making me happy with her words, making me sad with her words. That is the beauty in stories and reading. A person is immortal in a story. So the queen discovers this beauty in the reading and stories and books, and she absolutely falls in love with the concept of reading and stories and books. It's so heartwarming to read about it, and it's so short. It's just around, I think, 100 pages long. It's a beautiful story. You have got to read The Uncommon Reader. And there's another book called I can't remember the name properly. The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. This is a story which I actually watched first. I watched the movie, The Potato Peel Pie Society, and then read the book. It's a historical fiction book. It's about the period of Second World War. So there are a bunch of people who are in a very dire conditions, who live in very sad, dire, destitute conditions. The Germans have taken all their animals, their food, everything, and they've left them just with potatoes and just books. So these 5 or 6 strangers just come together and read stories every week, once every week, and that is the highlight of their week, of their entire life. That one day in a week where they all get together and read a book that brings them all together so much. And when an author, another woman across the world finds a book that belongs to the Guernsey Literary Potato Peel Pie Society, she contacts them, and it's like one book lover meets another book lover. It's an incredible story. It's about how a book can bring people all over across the world together. It can make you forget about the war that's going on. It can make you forget that you're hungry. It can make you forget that you're cold. It can make you forget anything. All it does is make life more richer and more beautiful. Personally, I think the truth is overrated. When you're cold and hungry and destitute in the middle of a war, the truth is not what you need. What you need is the comfort of a beautifully told lie, which is a story. A story warms you, it fills your stomach, it fills your heart. So that is what stories do, and that is what story does in this the literary Guernsey Potato Peel Pie. It's a long name, I can't remember the name. And in every single one of these stories, in these books, that's what stories do. They bring people together. They make you forget about your life and make you just a better person and a happier person. So another book I read is The Little Shop of Happy Ever After. It's by Jenny Colgan. It's about a girl who just lost her job. She works in a library. She used to work in a bookstore, and people stopped buying books. People don't buy books anymore. At least not physical books. There are very few people who go to an independent bookstore, browse through the aisles and buy a book. So her bookstore is getting closed, and she has tons and tons and tons of books. All she's done her life is read, and now she's out of a job. So she just buys a huge truck, fills it up with books, and roams all over the country selling books, telling stories, spreading joy everywhere. Isn't that the most beautiful life ever? Like spreading the joy of stories throughout the world in a truck, traveling and reading. Could anything be better than that? That was so beautiful to read. This girl, she's so timid and shy. All her life she's been such an introvert, and then she just throws her life away, buys a huge truck and fills it up with books and start telling stories to everyone she comes across. And that is exactly what I want to do with my life. Just spread stories, spread the joy of reading and stories. It's my dream life, and reading that book made me feel so good. So another book about books and stories is The Readers of Broken Wheel Recommend. So this is also a story. The Readers of Broken Wheel Recommend is a story about 2 women. These 2 women live on different sides of the world. They don't know each other. They just know that they both like the same books. So that creates a friendship between complete strangers, and they become pen pals. They start recommending books to each other. They mail books to each other and just talk about what they've read. And finally, one girl decides to visit the other one. And when she goes there and meets her, it's just a life-changing adventure. It's how stories can bring people together. Like the Potato Peel Pie Society, it's what one single story can do to 2 complete strangers. It can make best friends and life partners out of 2 completely different people. It's not just about books, it's about stories. You can just change someone's life with a story, and that's what these books do. These stories do. Like by just telling a story to a stranger, you can find your best friend in them. You can find your life partner in them. It's just amazing what a story can do. And when I was watching the final season of Game of Thrones, which was horribly written, the only good thing about that show was the ending, where Tyrion Lannister speaks about the beauty of stories. He just read my mind. He read the mind of every book lover and storyteller there is. He talks about Bran because Bran knows all the stories. And stories are what bring us together. You are a story, I am a story, everyone is a story, and everything is a story. And it's what keeps us together. It's not money, it's not blood or family, it's the stories we share. It's the bond we share through the stories. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment of in Game of Thrones, and I already loved Tyrion Lannister, and that made me fall more in love with Tyrion Lannister. So, speaking about the books, another book that absolutely captured the soul of a book lover is 84 Charing Cross Road. So, this is a story told through letters. So, these are the letters of correspondence between a woman who is a book collector. She likes reading and buying books, and a bookstore owner. So it's a bunch of letters between these two people talking about books, inquiring about books, exchanging stories, and a beautiful relationship is formed between these two people because of books. That is so magical to read. I mean, can you capture the magic in stories? It's like a couple of words. Words are all out there in the world, and one person takes the words in the world and arranges them in a way that creates magic, that changes someone's life. That is magic in its purest form. I think it was Neil Gaiman or Stephen King who said that books are proof that humans can do magic. I don't remember which author said that. It goes something like this: like stories or books are proof that humans can do magic, and no truer words have ever been spoken. It's just combining letters together and changing lives. If that's not magic, I don't know what is. So all these books do that. They take a couple of words and make them into a story, and that story brings lives and people together. It makes you passionate about something. It makes your life better. When you're all cold and hungry and poor and have nothing, you have a story, and that story it makes you cope with life. It makes happy moment more happier. It makes sad moments less sad, or it gives you the strength to cope with the sad moments. Stories give you hope. When you're failing, when there's nothing left, you read a story about someone else who had to go through the same thing, and it gives you strength that if that person could go through it, so can I. If Anne Boleyn could stand execution, stand being dethroned and all, I can get through this one night, I can get through this one breakup, I can get through this one failure in life. It gives you strength, knowing other people's stories, knowing the stories of different worlds. And these are a couple of books which made me feel like that, which made me feel that there are other people in the world just like me who are living their life through stories. I'm not a loser, I'm not a loner, I'm not a plain person because I read. I'm a dreamer, and I have the richest life in my head, and I'll see life through beautiful colors and imagine beautiful things for myself. Yeah, and it's beautiful. Yeah, A Little Princess and Perks of Being a Wallflower and Strange the Dreamer, Pride and Prejudice, any story. The point of story is to make you live your life much much more happier and much more beautifully. And I'm proud that I'm a reader, and I hope that you found a book that you like in this video. And that's all. Until the next video, goodbye.